What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff Altcoin Buzz. So today we're going to talk about Electroneum. But before I get into Electroneum and the recent news that's driving the Electroneum price right now, we're going to talk about taxes. So I've been getting quite a few questions about taxes, asking me to make a video, and I don't actually have all the details on the taxes, but I anticipate getting to the bottom of the 2018 tax uh, parameters that we all have to abide by. But based on what I already understood about it, is that at least this is how I'm interpreting it, and I'm asking around from everything from friends in the cryptocurrency space to high-level investors to people overseas to CPAs, tax attorneys, to simple tax people, to cryptocurrency tax people. So I'm looking to get a wide variety of explanations on what's going on to provide you guys, but because I don't have enough details, I can't provide all that. But from what I understand, is every trade is a taxable event, um, and I don't know how that's going to play out. So I'm going to have to just say that that's basically what I know, and um, I know a lot more than that. But right now, it's just kind of I don't want to spread FUD or misinformation, so I'm going to have to just leave it at that. But yeah, so I guess that gives us more reason to hold our positions. As far as holding goes, if holding is more than anything, I suggest holding in the sense that when things are going down, you don't sell for a loss. Okay. Also, when I say holding, like, you have to remember, I know people like to pick and choose words, but when we say hold, if you get to a certain point where you realize, I don't know, maybe 4 times gains, 5 times gains, 9 times gains, 10 times gains, I think holding kind of changes its whole. It kind of changes. It enters into a new paradigm once you've gotten 9 times gains, and holding is really important, especially when you go down on your position and it goes into the red. That's where I really stress the holding. But I also stress holding for the long term, especially if there's tax implications that are involved in it. So trading at 2 times gains or 3 times gains might not be as um, logical to do. But even at 3 times gains, it could be a good thing. But I don't know. So I know you guys, like some of you out there, or most of you guys out there, are just amazing. I mean, you guys are phenomenal. But there are people out there who pick and choose words, and they pick one thing that you say, and then anyway, let's get into this Electroneum stuff. So you guys know the route. You know what's going on. Electroneum's up. Electroneum was actually our community's, based on our community feedback, Electroneum appears to have the most community support heading into 2018, followed by Cardano, Tron, IOTA, Verge. Do you agree? And so this was, I'll just answer this question. This is the Crypto Pro app, since you guys asked that question a lot. So, see, people say Redcoin has been doing bad. Doing bad, do you think worth hold? I mean, if something's doing bad, you should hold. Why would you sell for a loss in a bull market? That's the whole point of hold. To say that if you realize your return on your investment and then get like 7 to 8 times gains, why should you hold? Unless maybe you think it's going to keep going up, but you're supposed to take profit along the way up. And you can go back into my channel, into the history, and see where I said, take your profits from time to time, guys. So to all you guys who are misconstruing hold when it's in the red with hold when you're in 9 times gains, we're not going to let you get away with that one, because it's kind of obvious. If you get 8 times gains, you sell your profit. I mean, if your house goes from 200,000 to 2 million, are you going to hold your house, or are you going to take your profits? Okay, so we're not going to play that game too much longer, I hope. Anyways, we're all adults here. You play games with the kids. All right, so what's driving this Electroneum price here, right? Well, as you can see, there's some big news coming out. Let's check the Electroneum. Electroneum has just signed an MOU with telecommunications and payment giant XIUS. You can check out the full statement on our blog. Let's check it out. The mobile-friendly cryptocurrency has formed a groundbreaking relationship with the mobile and payments technology provider, which has an active subscriber base of over 65 million people. I'm not going to keep saying XIUS because that is just the most crazy acronym. Is the telecommunications or telecoms operating brand of Megasoft, a market leader in the mobile and payment space. Has over 230 deployments for customers spanning 6 continents with an average of more than USD 1 billion worth of payment transactions. So spanning over 6 continents, that's what we really wanted to know. Its corporate headquarters is in Massachusetts and its global delivery center is in Hyderabad, India. I'm not going to keep saying that, but has a 25-year history of innovation, having filed more than 120 patent applications in total. So you can come onto the Electroneum Twitter and get that information straight off their Twitter. They've also got a petition that you can sign here on this Twitter, and it's basically saying like, hey, let's get Electroneum listed on some of these other some more exchanges other than Cryptopia, because people are saying get it on KuCoin. They want it on Bittrex also. We had massive success with the Bittrex listing petition, gathering over 118,000 signatures in a short time. I forwarded the petition of Bittrex, and unfortunately, I was met with a simple automated response. It's difficult as a third party to influence a business deal of this nature when Electroneum is one of the... Okay, a website like that just pops up. ThanksChange.org. Really needed that. We are petitioning the Electroneum team to apply to KuCoin exchange and get us listed on an exchange. So apparently the Electroneum needs to be reminded to apply to exchanges, which is kind of funny because they should be doing that on their own, but that's not a big deal. We'll just assume that they know that, and maybe they're spreading this. I guess they're retweeting this to say, hey guys, remind us to get listed on KuCoin. I mean, KuCoin's a great exchange. If you haven't already checked out KuCoin, you should check it out. It's pretty cool. And I'm not just saying that. I don't really just say anything, but I do say a lot. Anyways, so if you don't know what Electroneum is, it's a mobile cryptocurrency, simple to use, powered by an app. You can go on there and try and read their white paper. A lot of people have a hard time trying to understand their white paper because it's not really clear exactly what they do, other than the fact that they're a cryptocurrency. I believe they have a privacy aspect to them. They use mobile mining. Like I said, there's just been some difficulties in understanding exactly what it is, but they did have, here, antivirus false warning. Often virus scanners flag mining software as a malicious since attackers often install the software on other users' computers without knowing. The antivirus companies are correctly protecting you from this, but you are choosing to mine Electroneum, which is perfectly safe. That's if you're using a Windows miner. So they've definitely, this cryptocurrency has definitely had more than its fair share of snags out of the gates. Most of the people who are invested in them believe that once they overcome the difficulty of them getting listed on more exchanges, them overcoming all the issues with all the glitches and stuff, that this thing's a juggernaut waiting to soar. And maybe it was, maybe it grew too fast for its own good, which does happen. But once it does take off, I mean, that's what's been creating these buying opportunities for you guys. So you can see, when I was first making videos about Electroneum, we were talking about down here at 3 cents, 2 cents. We knew that down here in this range that it was flat and that there was people who were down on it. But then once it took off, everybody was all of a sudden back on board. And then when the sell-off happened, it fell off the cliff. A lot of people were disappointed because we were making these videos down here when it fell off the cliff. That was when I was telling people to hold, okay? But of course, I guess for lack of a better term, weak hands, they sold here because they bought here and they sold here, and then they got bored with it, and then they took their losses and went into another cryptocurrency at all-time highs, and then sold when it went down. You know the rap. You know how they do it. they sell low, or they sell low, buy high. That's the typical mantra of a lost trader. So now that it's rebounding to 11 cents, and it just shows what the difference a month can make. It fell off and then created a great buying opportunity for a lot of geniuses and a lot of smart people who understand what's going on. And then now that it's rebounding, it's going up, and it's going to keep going up. It's just a matter of holding and waiting, and this is an example of hold, okay? You just hold. Now, once it gets to 5 times gains, 10 times gains, if you want to sell, why not? Why not? Ask yourself that, why not? And then you already know the answer, so then you don't have to come on to our comments thread and give everyone a hard time because they chose to sell at 9 times profit or 10 times profit, okay? As far as tax implications go along with that, we're still trying to iron out exactly that. The thing is, the IRS doesn't really know what they're doing. They just know that they're writing a very, they're making a very blanket statement. And until they understand what exactly is going on with the cryptocurrency space, then they'll look to improve upon that. I do know that President Trump has said that he's not into long tax reform. He doesn't like a lot of. I remember when he gave his speech, he had stacks of paper, just like skyscrapers of paper, saying that is our tax. That's our tax guidelines right there. We're going to really simplify this, our tax code. So we'll see what happens where cryptocurrency goes. The best thing that I would say is just do it like this. I mean, this isn't professional financial advice or even tax advice, of course. But the best advice I was ever given was from a lawyer who said, don't worry about making money. Go out, earn your money. Everything else will take care of itself. That was the best advice I was given. That freed me up from being scared to go out and continue to participate in work. This was just in work, right? But he was saying, like, go out there and just do what you got to do. Everything else will take care of itself. You'll find a way. And because if you're worried about, well, what happens if I make too much money? What happens if I do this and that? You end up kind of freezing and not going anywhere. So do what you got to do. But this Electroneum, if you've been holding it, good for you. If you're trying to FOMO into it, we don't FOMO, guys. But Electroneum does have a lot of room to grow. It's only at a $558 million market cap, but you should have been getting in when it was low. Try not to chase it. And we'll see you guys next time. This is Jeff with Altcoin Buzz. You can subscribe to us on Twitter at altcoinbuzz.io, on Instagram at altcoinbuzz. And we'll see you guys next time.